Hello. Turn down the music a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Welcome back to day 23. We're close to the end at this point, which is crazy. Today's prompt is ominous. It looks weirdly spelled here, but I think it's spelled correctly. I think it's just a weirdly spelled word. And so yesterday I knew pretty much exactly what I wanted to do. Today we are back to fumbling around until I come up with an idea. I just really don't know what direction to go with for this design. Hello, welcome. Maybe I'll go with a medicine cat-esque character. And go with like an ominous omen or something. And I think I'm gonna have them face this way this time. I tend to draw all my characters facing the left. maybe. I think, you know what, I'm gonna draw them facing the left, and then might flip it over. I don't know. Either way. There's this look I'm gonna go for. I don't know if it's gonna turn out very good. This prompt list has been been a bit difficult some days. But I think everything after this is pretty clear. Like, you can get more clear inspiration. Maybe pretend would be a little difficult, and maybe festival or nightmare, but I feel like you can come up with some good designs based on those words. Okay. I have a pose in mind, but I don't know if it's gonna look any good. I think I want to do them looking up at the sky. I plan to do a Raven OC. Ooh. Ravens are super cool. And if you don't want to do like the typical just pure black, I would look at different species of ravens. You could also do just a corvid theme in general, and then you get stuff like blue jays and you get a couple more colors to work with. I'm not quite awake yet, so this is not, this is looking rough. See if I can make this pose look any good. Did your own spider OC. Ooh. I'm excited to do spider. We're not going to talk about how ugly this looks right now, but it's not terrible. I'm excited to do spider because I do really like looking at different species and getting information or getting inspo from a species I've never seen before, and just like learning more. Okay. I guess that works. Let me just... Suppose this expression looks a little weird, but I'm trying to think of anything Halloweeny and fall themed. Hey, that's a pretty good way to do things. One thing with coming up with these prompt lists is it's difficult to find 31 words that, like, will give you some kind of 31 words that are Halloween themed that you can make a design based off of. Okay. It can get difficult. Trying to decide if I want any like specific shapes, or if I just want to do whatever. Okay. I want to make the ears a little smaller. Getting like a mouse vibe now. So I'm just gonna lean into that, I guess. So this little guy will have mouse in the name. Now I gotta figure out the body. Okay. Let's see if I can morph this into something that fits a little better. Not with these proportions. Whatever, I'll just shrink it and put it to the side. Those are both really good inspo words. I should have added wizard. I was going to, but I was originally going to do witch/wizard, but I think that ended up morphing into familiar. Hello, welcome. I don't think the body is enough of an angle. I always have difficulties drawing this kind of pose. I can never get the back legs to be the right proportion. but if I try to draw it enough, eventually I will make it look like something. What am I using to draw? I am using, or my drawing program is MediBang Paint Pro. You're fine. And I use a drawing pad. It's fine. I actually haven't gotten that question in a while. So. Okay, this looks bad. I used to use a program called Corel Paint Shop Pro, which is not amazing for digital art, but I made it work for a long time. But then I decided I needed a change, and MediBang was free, so and I've definitely considered, now that I've got some money, buying like an actual art program, or not an actual, this is an actual art program, but buying an art program, but I don't want to have to relearn how to use it. For a good tweening app. Well, when you find one, let me know, because I too have been looking for a good like animation tweening app. Okay, this body is not gonna work because I can't get the legs to look right. Whatever. It's fine. I've been wanting to find like a really good animation program that isn't gonna cost me a bunch, but so far I have not had any luck. And I wouldn't have a problem paying for something, but I'm very particular with what I use for drawing. And I am not currently, I currently do not feel like practicing new techniques. I just want to be able to use what I already do use, but make animations. Oh. I'll have to check out Paint Tool Sci. I know the Steam version and the paid version of MediBang has onion layers so that you can do frame by frame animation. I don't feel like shelling out $30 at the moment. Oh, thank you. Clearly I have done some animation before, and I did it on this program. I used a GIF maker to animate her tail. My little talk sprite. Okay, this is gonna look weird. Gross. No. I want to do a paw with the paw pads showing. Hi, Loyal, welcome. I've talked about it before on stream, but limbs are my, I have such difficulty drawing limbs, which is why I end up doing about the same kinds of limb poses every time, because I despise. You're fine, Loyal. I'm glad you're here now. So welcome again. But yeah, I not a huge fan of drawing legs and limbs and stuff. And I've always struggled on like paw pads. But every artist has their struggles. That's fine. We're gonna say that's proportional, and we're gonna not say anything if it isn't. Let's see. Is that in line? Okay. I'm trying to think of something to talk about. I like having conversation topics for streams. It helps me think a little better, but I'm not a very naturally talkative person. There, that's a little more what I was looking for. I'm gonna have to fix this paw though, it's too big. For a lot of my streams I've done, I've mostly talked about my OCs, my Warrior Cat OCs. And I guess I could do that now, but I don't really... know who I'd want to talk about. Plus, I haven't developed any, like, new characters that I haven't already talked about on here. Yeah, we did do games talk yesterday. But I know that, like, I don't need to talk the whole time. It's just my brain not liking the quiet. Hello, welcome. The only other thing I want to talk about right now is Pokemon, but I won't. Do that unless you guys are actually interested. Plus, I don't want to spoil Legend ZA for anyone who may be playing through it right now. I could actually talk about Pokemon for hours. Anyone who is playing ZA, I hope everyone's having fun. I know I am. Think of Almers, I would think of the Shadow Bonnie. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, you know what? I'm too far to like change what I'm doing, but I would see doing like a Shadow Bonnie inspired little guy. I always forget how that character's name is spelled, but well. Speaking of FNAF, I need to see if they've announced any other like game stuff. Like Secret of the Mimic happened and then I like completely forgot. To do anything else. Then I got distracted with something else. I don't even remember. Yeah. I'm excited for the movie. That's in like December, I think. My friends and I are all gonna go see it when it comes out. Because that's what we did for the first one. I guess that looks fine. I don't know. I keep semi-tabs on a bunch of different stuff that I am interested in, but I really need like a physical calendar to write things down, because I have not been doing so, and I just know like, oh, something's happening now. Something's happening in like late October. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do for especially the 4th game. If they keep going with, like, if they keep going by game, of course, they could deviate if they wanted to. They could deviate or combine some things. I'm also excited for the Sonic movie 4. I don't know if that has a release date though. I don't remember. But that was another thing that my friends and I went to see. Or that's another thing my friends and I have seen together. I don't know. I'm not much of a movie watcher. Not that I despise watching movies or anything, but I prefer the small chunks of an episodic format. Just for my brain. But there hasn't really been anything good to watch lately. Is his head too big? Ooh, Halloween movies are an idea. It is the month. I've been thinking of maybe trying a horror game. I used to be really not into horror. I am an easily freaked out person. But more recently, I've found my niche of horror that I like. I really like psychological horror. I like being scared by implications. And I was playing some horror-esque games, while I was waiting for Legend CA to come out. Or I was looking for some horror-esque games, because I played through Deltarune, and while it is not technically a horror game, there are some spots where the implications are a lot. But then after that, I played through Omori, which was another kind of implication heavy game. I don't know what I want to do for... Give me a second as I look for flowers. I'm trying to find some plants that'll kind of fit the vibe to put on this guy. I don't know a ton about flower meanings, so I'm just scrolling through a list. So I do think, I talked about it before, but I think one of the things I enjoy most about designing stuff is when I choose an inspiration that I'm not super familiar with. I have learned quite a bit about plants and animals through just making a design based on them. Oh my. Begonias. Bilberries are for treachery? Interesting. Okay, this is gonna take literally forever, and I don't have that much time, so let's see. If I was on my own, or if I was not streaming and had all the time in the world, I would be looking more at, I would be going through this entire list of flowers. For now, maybe some black roses are what I'm gonna do. Or, you know what? I think I will instead I'm just gonna snag. Also, for anyone curious, here is how Lost Toy ended up. I added an extra patch and moved some things around, but I think I'm pretty happy with the design. Anyway. I think this is gonna need a slightly bigger canvas. It's always the tail's fault. Are these two about even? Let me pull from someone else. Yeah, looks fine enough. what this guy has seen, but they have seen something bad. This is one of those designs that actually kind of benefits from me giving stories to all of my adopts, because otherwise, if there was just no explanation, I feel like I would not have gone this direction. I think I would have ended up going a little less subtle or something like that. I don't know. But it's a lot of fun to give backstories to the designs, especially since it helps me with my own characters. It's just a way to practice with story making and stuff without having 1,000 unused OCs. Because I don't need more characters. I've already got a couple universes trapped in my mind. I do not need more. Though every once in a while I will make more OCs. Or I'll go back and rework a story I've got going on. Oh yeah, if I was doing roleplay would be a whole different story. If these were roleplay OCs, I would definitely have, like, I would have so many more. But no, these are just little guys I think about when I'm bored. My Sun, Moon, and Eclipse clans have been around for quite a few years. I've only just kinda, in the last couple years, shown them off to the public. That's because I wasn't posting anywhere for a while, because they were, I think, 2021 is when I created, or when I first thought up my clans. It was either late 2020 or early to mid 2021. And I have just reworked and expanded that universe for the last several years. I'd be able to check. I'd have to check my files, I think. Because I got into Warriors pretty late. Well, that's so cute. I do really like your Sona. It's very cute. Very pretty. But yeah, I got into Warriors pretty late. I think 2019 was when I first started reading the books. And I caught up when the Broken Code was in its third book, I think. And now I'm here. Because before that, for a long time, I was doing MLP stuff. I was very into My Little Pony. But I think that's also around the time G4 ended. So I drifted. I hate how there's bubbles. I really like Firestar's quest. I hope you're enjoying it. I think that's one that, I don't know. I could probably say, oh, that's one that people don't really like, but I really enjoy it for a lot of the books. Yeah, I cannot for the life of me remember my MLPOCs anymore. It's been a long time, and I kept most of them locked in my head instead of drawing them. So they're gone forever. But whatevs. It doesn't matter. Now I'm trying to make more of an effort to write down my characters. Oh, cool. But yeah, now I'm trying to do more writing down my OCs. Eventually I'm gonna sit down and I'm going to write a whole thing on my Sun, Moon, Eclipse clans. Because there is years of lore and dropped stories and stuff, and I would like some record of what it was all about in case I want to do something more with it. And now I've got like a bunch of it on this channel and me just yapping about my characters. But hello, welcome. You're at the airport. That's fun. There's also a bunch of stuff that's like, it's either just ideas that aren't fleshed out enough to like feel confident talking about, or some darker topics that I'm playing around with that I don't really feel like talking about on stream. So I gotta write it all down. I have actually, what I've been doing recently with my OCs is working on my villains. Ooh, have a fun vacation. But yeah, I've been working more on my my villains, because they weren't as fleshed out as I wanted them to be. I had one. I planned to make him just be like, my plan for my guy Crimson Sky, he was just supposed to be like cartoonishly evil. But unfortunately I gave him like a brother, and so I wanted to better develop him. but I think I have succeeded somewhat. Maybe I'll talk more about him at some point. And I've been developing my other character, Shadow Wish. She has done a full transformation over the years from a cartoonish villain to being like an actual gray area character. Does that look like a rose? Let's say it does. Plus, lately I've been trying to, because I've been focusing more on the start of my timeline, with Shadow Wish, I've been trying to decipher my old notes, because strewn about, I've got, like, note pages, as well as 3 notebooks of just names and, like, family relations. And I'm trying to remember who all these people are. Plus I gotta write down, like, my elemental cats, and now I've got some human OCs. Got too much going on. Wanna do more. That is a mushroom. I'm not putting a mushroom on this cat. Welcome back, Fennec Foxic. I'm just trying to decide what kinds of plants I want to put on this guy. Daisies could be an idea. I'm trying to find flowers and plants that kind of symbolize like betrayal and just like some foreboding plants for my panicked little guy. but also, this list is really long. And I don't want to spend forever scrolling through this. Lilacs are an idea. I wonder what they symbolize. And then water lilies is also an idea. What's my favorite dinosaur? I think it's pronounced the Archaeopteryx. Oleander's a good idea. But yeah, I think my favorite dinosaur is the Archaeopteryx. Pretty much exclusively because there's a Pokemon based on it, and I really like that Pokemon. I'm a simple being. I also really like the Triceratops. That's because of the Land Before Time movies. Oleander is a good idea. Ooh, the Plesiosaur. Those are cool. Tempted to do foxgloves? Because I think a doctor having poisonous plants on them is kind of funny. Yeah, I loved the Land Before Time movies. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen most of them. I know there are a lot. I can't remember which ones I have seen. But at least the first few. I gotta find a better way to... Let me look up foxgloves. Ooh. That's actually super interesting. Behind the scenes stuff for like movies and stuff is super interesting. Do I have a dog? I do. You can probably hear him running around every once in a while. 1 dog and 3 cats. That's what we got going on currently. And you've definitely heard me talk to the cats on stream. Because they like to come up and yell at me. Do I support LGBT? I do. I am one. I am ace and demi-romantic. and I support everyone. Ooh, a pug chihuahua. It's kind of cute. This foxglove looks weird. Oh, awesome. It's weird because I've once I started like entering more internet spaces, suddenly I see so many more ace people, when before like I barely ever saw anyone like me. Oh, awesome. It's nice to see people I can relate to, and just see everyone being themselves. That's the most important part. Yeah, also if you look at my OCs, I have a wide array of LGBT characters as well. But that's mostly just because that's how it ends up happening. But yes, I myself am part of the alphabet mafia. I want to add foxgloves, but they're not working for now. I'll have to come back to that. Also, I am out of time, unfortunately. I will be finishing this guy off stream, I guess. But with that, I will be ending stream here. Sorry. Yes, I'll be ending stream here. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all later. Bye.